Thank you for waiting. And now, to present the Independence Day update for 2025, here's Brandon Germain.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this very special MMB Quickie Update. You may ask, why is this special? Well, today is July 4th, meaning today is the United States of America's 249th birthday. We declared independence on this day in 1776, hence the reason why we have the studio decorated in a patriotic theme. It was decorated for this reason, and in no way it was decorated for Operation Midnight Hammer, which started last month when the US bombed an Iranian nuclear weapons facility. I'm not into war or anything political, although war has been seen in MMC during the Amnesia series, but I digress. Let's celebrate this great tradition and begin this update. To begin, I would like to clear up some things that were proven false since the last update on Mother's Day. First, for the topic of the Special Olympic State Summer Games, they were in Ithaca. But basketball didn't take place at Ithaca College, but rather Boynton Middle School, which is 9 to 10 minutes away by car, or in my case bus, depending on where you come from. I competed in basketball at that school there in the past 2 years. The Ithaca College Athletic Center was used for powerlifting, swimming, the dinner and healthy athletes, but I don't know if anything else was held at that location, or the rest of the college to say the least. There were also people dancing at the closing ceremonies, but I didn't dance, because I danced terribly. Plus, meeting new people is hard. The only time I competed at the college that I could remember off the top of my head was in 2023, which was 3 years ago. It was at the Hill Center, which was on campus, and was 5 minutes away by car or bus, and 19 minutes by foot. Also in 2024, we had ice cream at Toghannock State Park while waiting for dinner, which was 19 minutes away from Boynton Middle School by car or bus. This year I got a silver medal, and we watched powerlifting and swimming in our downtime before dinner. We also shared the bus with the Onondaga Special Olympic swim team, in which I recognized some faces from Challenger. I would name those people, but I'm not good at remembering names, except the people I've known for many years, like Joseph Lacey, Adam Fuller and Brooke Jones, just to name a few. Speaking of Challenger baseball, I started the season last month, and like I said in the Mother's Day update, Brooke's cousin, Brittany Jewell, replaced Coach Rebecca DeJohn, who retired. The other coach, Coach Chris DeJohn, who's Rebecca's father, also left when Rebecca became the Adult Division Program Director for Syracuse Challenger Baseball. I found both Rebecca and Chris DeJohn's info from the actual Syracuse Challenger Baseball website, www.syracusechallengers.com/about us. We also got a new teammate in Ian. I also was a part of the Challenger and Little League parade around NBT Bank Stadium on June 7th, before the Mets took on the Buffalo Bison, in which they lost 7-5, after the Bison scored 4 runs in the 8th inning. I also had the season-ending party for my Special Olympic basketball on June 17th, in which I bought Chips Ahoy Candy Blast cookies, Lay Summer barbecue mix and a pack of 50 paper plates. Some games were cancelled for weather reasons. They usually cancel due to thunderstorms, or if it's too hot to play. The next baseball game I will be participating in is July 10th, where we will face the Weinstein Family Steamers, or the Orange Tie-Dye team. We've faced them twice since the beginning of the season. On June 3rd, we faced them on the 5th and 26th. We also faced the Blue Tie-Dye team on June 3rd, June 12th, June 19th, and July 1st. And our next game is on July 8th, but I will be at the game on July 24th. As for the Green Tie-Dye team, we only faced them on June 17th, and our next game isn't until July 22nd. I can't be there Tuesdays, because 1, I was wrapping up my basketball season for Special Olympics, and 2, I have Taekwondo demo practice on Tuesdays. Our last demo just happened, and it was the 4th of July parade in Oswego. The only Tuesday game I participated in was the 3rd, since the next 2 Tuesdays after that were filled with Special Olympics, with final state games practice on June 10th and the previously said party on June 17th, and I'd been at demo practice every Tuesday since June 24th. As for the practices I've been to, aka the Thursday practices, the construction of the super field is well underway. We also expanded with new teams for the junior and adult division, with the additions of the gray for the junior division teams, and teal and pink for the adult division teams. Well, technically, it's a pink and yellow fluorescent swirl, but still. Also, the team I played with in 2019, the being the Navy tie-dye team, got a new sponsor in JPW Companies, a steel fabrication company in Onondaga County, New York. I was only there for 1 season to get a feel for the game before joining Team Red Tie-Dye in 2021. The 2020 season was cancelled due to the pandemic that shall not be named. So yeah, there's that. I also started my summer kickball session at Jones Road at the Central New York Family Sports Center. I wasn't there on June 11th, but I was there on on June 18th. The schedule is very iffy because my person I worked with on Wednesdays can't work on Wednesdays anymore. Now, as for something that I don't normally do, I went to Orinda Springs on June 14th, which is in Marcellus. The things I did there, I went for a walk in the forest and got up into what is called an eagle's nest, which is a rope nest held up by military-grade holsters and fasteners. I also was lifted 1 foot up into the air, and I also rode the zip line. I had a thrill, and I would do it again if I had to. I've also been watching races at both Brewerton and Fulton Speedway. I also have taken interest in finding out what Weedsport Speedway is like. I also attend races in Oswego. However, I would first watch them until the Kids on the Traps Taekwondo event later in August. Now is for news on future clothes. Battle Royale Episode 2 was released on the 23rd of June, and I'm currently working on GX03 Episode 1 Remastered. As for HTF Survivor Episode 1 Part 1 Remastered, it will be uploaded soon. I'm not gonna give dates for future clothes, as I would completely forget that X video was supposed to be uploaded by on X date. As for MMC Cross HTF Episode 1 Remastered and Amnesia Episode 1 Remastered, they will be started after the end of production on GX0 Prologue Part 1 Remastered. Also, Part 4 of Scabgle's Nightmare and GX0 Episode 2 were also uploaded in June. In fact, it was on the 1st. I've also has taken interest in continuing the Funny Windows Era series, as well as a spin-off where the Hunters and the Microsoft crew read funny signs, or even a logo blooper series, but the former won't be a thing for a long while. Since I don't want to become a Dave Madsen inspired creator, I would like to stay as a creator with original content. Thank you very much. Next, you may be wondering where the next episodes of the MMC Cross HTF Future Character History Guide and Amnesia Analyses are gonna come out. To put a long story short, I'm still starting to figure out how those episodes are gonna be produced. First, for Amnesia Analyses Episode 4, I'm gonna need to rewatch the video HTF Amnesia Episode 1, which the song played in the video was a Cold Song With My Mind, which was a song produced for the game Ops: The Mind Game Conspiracy, released on June 14, 2004 for PS2, Xbox and PC by Midway. However, the PC version was released only in Europe on February 11, 2005, and the European version of the game on Xbox and PS2 were released on October 1st of the same year. The American ports of said consoles were released. It was praised by everybody, but sold poorly and was largely forgotten by the gaming community after its release. It's often listed as a gem of the 6th generation consoles, those being GameCube, Xbox and PS2. I didn't include Dreamcast in the list, since the Dreamcast was discontinued in 2001 and didn't make it to the end of said generation, which was somewhere around 2013. I also didn't include the other lesser known consoles because those were not the main focus for the generation. I'm also not counting all the handhelds, even though the GBA was a major success. Also, the PSP was a success, but it was released in the 7th gen, since it was released in 2005, and the PS3 was released a year later in 2006. Enough of consoles and games. Let's finish this update off with our final story. This one pertains to my MMB Productions channel. The channel will get a slight rebrand, but only for the channel banner. I'm replacing the current one, which is me, the logo, and Kevin Horvitz's number 29 number from NASCAR in the style of my fictional race car from 2020 to 2022, and all on a red and blue background. The background's divider is the shape of one of the lightning bolts from the MMB Productions logo, this one being the one facing to the right. The banner will be replaced with a Mega Man Chronicles themed banner, featuring the Hunters in various poses, as well as the MMB Productions logo with a metallic overlay right beside the Mega Man Chronicles logo. The watermark will also be replaced from the GBS G-Man to a white version of the MMC emblem with the MMB word mark on top of it. The symbol is shaped like an hourglass. It also can represent the de Gaulle's rune, but vertical instead of horizontal. Also, I'm also gonna give the opportunity for the other hunters to do the updates instead of just me, so be on the lookout for that coming very soon. Anyways, that will do it for this patriotic update. Make sure you stay cool when it's hot and enjoy the fireworks later today, even though I could hear them from my house, since my house is just outside the village. Anyways, happy 4th of July everyone. This is MMB Productions, signing off. See y'all later.
And now, a special presentation from MMB Productions.
The file, FWE_S1@11.exe, is under construction. Please enjoy the following preview for episode 11. Finally, it's about goddamn time we finally returned.
Well, I've wanted to return to this series for a while, and now episode 11 will become a thing. For those who are wondering, this special episode is non-canon to the actual series, so it doesn't pertain to the events of the Brandon Germain and the Maverick Hunter Society. Reads funny Windows Era series.
Again. Are you kidding me? I can't catch a break.
Nice going, Brandon. You broke the fourth wall again.
Oops. Well, let's just move on.
This orange floppy disk contains the secret knowledge that can enable one to take over the world. To get it, you must find a word that rhymes with orange. What is this? You do know that nothing rhymes with orange, right?
This error is stupid for not knowing that nothing rhymes with orange.
Dial-up modems are outdated as of the 2010s. Please replace modem with the wireless Wi-Fi router to continue. Well, that makes sense, since Windows 2000 used that technology, but nowadays, we use Wi-Fi, and this version of Windows 2000 running on Windows Infinity 23XX has that feature, since it's only a static change, instead of the real downgrade to said OS.
Well, that's a relief. I thought a PC could downgrade to out-of-date OS, but now with the Windows Retro feature added in the 23X4 update for Windows Infinity 23XX, we can relive the past without worrying about downgrading to software to read errors from the past style.
Did you know Ryan's Urbano's Soul Blue armor has powers similar to Lash's and Latios from the Pokemon series? Yeah, I knew that already. In fact, that whole Genesis arc was inspired by the NKRS 200 Oak arc, and Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness.
So those were Pokemon? I thought they were birds. Sheesh.
Shush the sheesh before I blast you with my bionic arm.
What? No, please don't do it. Please.
That's what I thought.
Don't press buttons that causes half of the people in Maverick Hunter City to be erased. You will recreate the end game of the Genesis arcade all over again. Damn straight. The last time that happened, we lost almost 3/4 of our unit.
And I don't want to recall what happened, since I was one of those who were erased in said arc. You were very devastated after I disappeared.
Half of the world being wiped out. What is this, Avengers Endgame?
Well, considering it happened twice in MMC, I guess so. But I'm not placing my bets on it happening again.
Here are the election results for the American Fruity election. Lemon Party, 184 seats. Apple Party, 99 seats. Bear Party, 44 seats. Orange Party, 10 seats. Grape Party, 1 seat. Whatever you guys do, don't go to the official website of the Lemon Party of the USA. Your computer will crash and explode if you do, so just don't do it, please.
If you encounter any collapsing timelines, please use the time skimmer to go back to the past and fix them before a rift in time and space could happen. Well, thanks for telling us, not that we know that already.
This might be warning us of a future event that might happen, so we should be prepared just in case said event happens.
In the depths of space lies a new kind of danger. The final frontier isn't just a foreshadowing, but a reality. The heroes must form a mighty Maverick Hunter Space Force to protect the galaxy from utter destruction. The battle of a lifetime continues on, in the next MMC Cross HTF universe. Coming soon to YouTube. Huh? Is this era promoting episode 2 of MMC Cross HTF universe, or is it promoting episode 3?
I have a feeling that this is an ad used by GBS to promote the series.
Welcome to the club, Harvey. The trash, and it's full. Please trash the trash in the trash so we can throw more trash away. Oh, and not the recycle bin, the physical trash. Please empty the physical trash, and in the trash and replace the bag so trash can be thrown away. How many times is the word trash used in this error? That's too much trash.
This error also must have bad memory, as we already took out the trash earlier today.
Does this computer lack RAM that works or something?
The computer has 32 gigabytes of RAM, but I think only 512 megabytes works.
This error is critical. Critical to what? Stopping the inevitable invasion of radioactive zombies?
Stopping the Irish from stealing America's gold? What is it for?
I'm guessing the error message generation suffered an error and was only to spit out these 4 words.
Guess it wasn't as critical as we thought.
Using a hammer may result in hammer time. Okay, who let in MC Hammer? This meme is so old that it came out the same year the Buffalo Bills went to the Super Bowl.
Now if only Scott Norwood made that kick he missed, things might have been different.
Well, they were close to beating the Giants in Super Bowl 25, but if they won, they would have been 1-3 in the big game instead of 0-4. So we're saying that if they did beat the Giants, they would lose to the Redskins in 1991 and the Cowboys in 92 and 93? Well, that's just sad. What a waste of elite talent.
And they haven't been to the Super Bowl since. Even with Josh Allen, they can't seem to get over the hump.
It's back. The new MS-DOS has arrived. Introducing MS-DOS AD23XX, the first MS-DOS OS ever. Now with Microsoft Windows support. Play games in 3D 4K quality. Get work done quicker. Explore the web with fast speed. The new MS-DOS AD23XX. Order today, but not in home Nebraska. So MS-DOS got upgraded to a secondary Microsoft OS. So do you even call it MS-DOS anymore?
MS-DOS was replaced by Windows after Windows 1.0 released in 1985, and was phased out after the end of Windows 2000's other release, Windows Millennium Edition, which is often considered one of the worst Windows OSs, second to Windows Vista, mainly due to stability issues and being unfavorably compared to its immediate predecessor and successor.
We forgot to tell you that this episode will feature 20 errors rather than the usual 10. Wow. Talk about a funny Windows errors megasode.
Some of the main series episodes have more than 10 errors, episode 6 being one big example.
What the hell? This isn't Mega Man Chronicles Cross Happy Tree Friends episode 9, damn it.
Warning, the following error is a joke poking fun at people who watch public television. It should not be taken seriously at all. Now returning you to your regularly scheduled program.
Windows has a question. What 3 departments do you want to eliminate from the US government? Duh. Seriously, is this even a hard question? We all know that the departments of the US government are essential for national stability. But if I had to choose, first, the Department of Education could be thrown out, since everything can be taught in the real world anyways. Second, the Department of Agriculture or the EPA, because of that whole NATO fiasco in season 14 of MMC. And last but not least, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Why in the blue squares and circles do we need a department funded by us Americans? Sounds stupid if you ask me.
And for those who still watch PBS or listen to NPR, we're sorry, but we can't help you with your problems if there's no problems to begin with.
Now returning you to the original error reading portion of this video.
Breaking news. Anyone who reports false news will be fired. Don't trust outside sources. True. That was what got Brian Williams fired from NBC Nightly News. He reported on something that wasn't true.
Yeah, it was because he reported on the Iraq War in 2003, where he said that a helicopter was shot down by the enemy, when in actuality, he was in a different helicopter, arriving at the scene an hour later. This discrepancy was brought to light by members of the Chinook helicopter crew, who contradicted his account according to news reports. This incident also significantly damaged Brian's credibility and led to his suspension from NBC and eventual move to MSNBC.
Unlike Williams and my counterpart in the Dave Madsen universe, I actually tell the truth. No false stories in this studio.
Tickempatry has deleted your files. What the heck did a monkey with a IQ of negative 2,763 write this?
Either that, or Windows Grammar suffered an error and needed to close. Microsoft has bought your home, your car, and your cookies for a single penny. Damn, you got owned. Hey. You can't just buy my stuff for a penny. I paid good money for that stuff. Give it back now.
Don, you know that this didn't happen, right? I mean, Microsoft would never do that in a million years.
Oops. Well, I guess I just overreacted. Display the next error, please.
Breaking news from HTFland. Local skunk with me
claustrophobia cuts off her right leg with a buzzsaw after trash juice splatters on her right leg. Plus, funny Windows errors to crossover with Happy Tree Friends in future season. Geez, Petunia can't catch a break with her OCD. Also, funny Windows errors and HTF crossover isn't a bad idea, but let's save the storyline for Season 3.
The following villains are set to appear in Season 2 of Funny Windows Errors. Those include 1. The B-Gang, Bernard Donaldson, Billy Donaldson, and Betty McLean. 2. Max Detrice and Kyler Barrington. And 3. Kate Winefield and Isaac Newberry. What? New villains. Season 1 isn't even over yet.
It seems that someone is planning ahead for future seasons, even if some characters aren't created yet.
Warning, the virus has been detected in Windows 2000. Windows will now crash to prevent any spoilers for episode 11 to be revealed. Oh no, everyone get down. She's kinda blow.
The errors are coming back with a vengeance. Season 1's final 2 episodes coming soon.
Curses. Only an uncredited logo line? You guys suck.
Lastly and currently not the least, the city is experiencing a massive toxic pollution crisis, as the air is causing people to turn into radioactive zombies. WTF is a radioactive zombie? Are those zombies with radioactive powers, or are they toxic Avenger clones?
I don't know, but all I know is that our building is safe inside the building's defense shield.